Welcome to another video coverage of This Week in Rails. I'm Dave Kumira, and today we have Wojciech bringing us the updates. If you would like to receive your own email copy of This Week in Rails, then you can go to roll.hey.com/this.week.in.rails. And just as a reminder, I don't create that newsletter, I simply provide the video coverage of it, so let's dive right in. For the first item, allow specifying where clauses with a column-tuple syntax, and that basically means that with the new composite primary keys, you're then able to create a mapping between the list of columns that you're using for your composite primary keys and then query on them. So for example, we have a book where, and in this case, they have a composite primary key on the author ID column and the number column, and then passing in the array, they're able to then return the active record relation. Similar, you can call the .primary key and then pass in an array of arrays, and then that would also return the active record relation. And next, we have another update for the composite primary keys, and that is the accept composite primary key in an ID setter. And so the motivation behind this one is that a lot of tests are manually setting the ID, and in the cases when you have a composite primary key, you're going to want to be able to set that ID value just so you have some pretty specific tests. And so this update allows the setter for the ID to take in the array. And the next one is extract sample rate in the audio analyzer. And this is around active storage. And when you upload a file, if it is an audio file, then it's going to extract the sample rate. And this one's really interesting because I've been getting into this quite a bit in doing some ASR machine learning. So essentially, I want to upload a video file, and with that video file, I want to be able to extract the audio and do a transcription. And one of the things that I found out with this is that a lot of the models I'm doing fine-tuning on require a very specific sample rate. And what we're going to be able to do with this is to check to see if the sample rate is in a specific frequency before we even download the file, because it may already be in a format that's acceptable that we can use without doing any kind of translations or converting of that file. And for the next item, run a load hook when TestFixtures is included. And this is a fix for an update that we got a few weeks ago around the TestFixtures and the path that's getting loaded in. And the fixture path from that previous merge again is really around the Rails engines and being able to test within your application. And for the last item, allow SQL warnings to be ignored using error codes. And with this, when a specific error code is raised, you can basically set to ignore them, and this will work for MySQL and PostgreSQL. And I think that you just need to be careful with this option when you use it. You don't want to silence things that are just annoying, especially if it is a data integrity issue. Or you may have some kind of race condition that's happening, and instead of fixing the root cause, you're just ignoring the warnings. So you do want to be careful on how you use this and approach it. And over the past week, there were 21 contributors to the Rails framework. So I just want to thank everyone who has helped contribute to the Rails framework. Your efforts are very appreciated. Well, that's all for this week's video coverage of This Week in Rails. Thanks for watching.